This morning, the White House promised to repeal and replace Obamacare as a promise unkept, as Republicans were not able to get it done.
But as a candidate, Donald Trump promised to roll back environmental regulations, and that has been happening at a rapid rate. And Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Scott Pruit is in Minnesota as part of his Back to the Basics tour. Good morning, and thank you for coming in.
Good morning, Jason and Allie. How are you?
We are well.
Good to be in Minneapolis.
Administrator Pruitt, by one count, you have rolled back or delayed or put on hold at least 30 different environmental regulations. Is this happening too quickly? Is this a step forward or a step backwards?
Well, I think the focus has been trying to find that very precious balance between growth and jobs and also protecting our environment. You know, over the years, we as a country have reduced those pollutants that we regulate under the Clean Air Act by 65%, while also growing an economy. So we do it better than anybody in the world in that regard, finding that balance. And what we're seeking to do is make sure that we hear all voices, governors, states, citizens across the country, as we make decisions about rulemaking. That's why we're here in Minnesota.
And also part of why you're here is rolling back the waters of the United States rule. What is the biggest complaint you're hearing about that rule?
Well, when you think about the WOTUS rule, as it's called, it's a rule that literally sent uncertainty across the country. So if you're building subdivisions, if you're engaged in farming and ranching, you didn't know where EPA jurisdiction began and ended. So you face fines if you didn't get a permit from the EPA. It was a definition that came out in 2015, and it literally regulated puddles, dry creek beds, drainage districts across the country. I was in Utah yesterday and looked at a subdivision that was being built, and there was a drainage ditch, and that was a water of the United States under the 2015 rule. So that provides great uncertainty across the country. We're addressing that, but making sure we get it right going forward.
Can you tweak that rule? Do you need to get rid of the rule? I mean,
no, we're going to replace it.
This is the land of 10,000 lakes. People in Minnesota are very concerned about water quality, and we have a lot of farmers.
And they should be. And we're going to have a new definition. Actually, it's going to be a new definition that's submitted in the first part of next year. So it's not just getting rid of it; it's fixing what was wrong with it and making sure we get it right going forward to provide that certainty to folks across the country.
And you've been meeting with governors across the country, including our governor.
Yes.
You plan to meet with today. What do you plan to discuss with him?
Now, Governor Dayton actually was in my office early. I was sworn in February 17th. He was in my office shortly thereafter. We talked about issues impacting Minnesota. One of the things that he brought up to me was this financial assurances rule that impacts mining, creating uncertainty with the industry here, you know, duplication of cost. And so that's one issue we're going to talk about today. But we've had a several-month conversation about that.
Mining has been a very tricky issue for the Democrats, like Democratic Governor Mark Dayton and Senator Amy Klobuchar, where on the one side they're trying to appeal to environmentalists who aren't happy with more mining. On the other hand, they're trying to get more jobs. It is a tough balance.
It is, and this rule particularly is not about how you regulate mining insofar as the activity. It's adding financial assurances, bonding requirements on mining companies that are duplicative of what's happening at the state level. So we're looking at that. That will be closed up. We'll finish that process in December. The governor and I will be talking about that today.
And what exactly is your Back to the Basics agenda, and how do you plan to what is the plan focused on that?
You know, the EPA, very important role at the EPA. When you look at air quality standards across the country, about 40% of the country live in areas that don't meet air quality standards. 120 million people. You know, not too far from here, Flint, Michigan, with respect to water infrastructure. We need to make sure we invest in that to ensure safe drinking water. We have Superfund sites, you know, land remediation, 1,330 sites across the country that have been on a list for 30 to 40 years and haven't been cleaned up. So we need to get back to showing leadership, impacting citizens in a very positive way, at remediating land waste, making sure water infrastructure is invested in, air quality standards improve. Those are things that we're doing at the EPA.
You're talking about balancing business needs with environmental needs, but you've taken a lot of criticism that you're listening almost exclusively to lobbyists, to businesses, to lawyers, not to environmental groups and to advocacy groups.
Which is why we're here.
How do you respond to that?
Which is why we're here in Minnesota. Those things are what's talked about in D.C. at times, but as we go across the country, we're visiting with all different groups to hear from them about needs that impact citizens in the states, to make sure that the EPA is doing the job that's before it, but also respecting the role of the states. You know, mentioning the financial assurances rule, Minnesota's taken steps to place bonding requirements on mining companies. Why duplicate that? Why add that cost? That impacts those jobs, and it's already providing protection. So that's what we're focused upon.
Well, Mr. Pruitt, thank you so much for coming in, and enjoy your visit with the governor.
It's good to see you this morning.